we've been talking about this D&D Beyond app. I shouldn't call it an app. It's really just a website right now.
Right.
It was in beta for a while. We talked about kind of the first phase. They've since released their phases 2 and 3, and they've now finally announced their final plans for both launch and pricing details.
Okay.
And there's some interesting stuff there. So it's going to be releasing the full thing on August 15th. Right before Gen Con, not too far away. And there's going to be a few different ways you can play. There is a free version, and what that includes is basically everything that the beta has right now, including the basic rule set, basically that core rule book's list of spells, items, all those kinds of things, as well as the ability to store up to 6 characters of your creation. I'm not sure I don't think there's a limit on numbers of campaigns you can have, because it's another thing you can store. Yeah, you want to cut in or no?
No, I was just thinking, because when you said 6 characters, because I was thinking if you're in more than 6 campaigns, maybe.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you're maybe if everyone uses the character in the same thing, perhaps, but. You also will be able to do homebrew stuff that way. However, you're going to need to pay if you want to download other people's homebrew stuff. So the pricing tiers are going to be $3 a month. That lets you have unlimited characters plus access to the homebrew. Or you can do $6 a month. This is kind of what I was talking about earlier, which is the master tier that allows you to actually share your content with up to 12 other people. So you could all pull in, if you had 12 people, 50 cents a month, and have access to the rule books and things. And also, in addition to that basic set, and this is no matter which payment tier you're in, you're going to be able to pay for, if you want, the other rule books and adventures digitally that are going to go for between $20 and $30, depending on what they are. So that's what we know. What do you think about $3 a month? Does that sound reasonable to you?
I mean, it depends on your group. Ideally, considering if you had a group that plays as much as I would like to play, let's say once a week or something, I think that wouldn't be too bad. I mean, that's pretty much what we did for a Minecraft server, if I recall.
Yeah, probably less, actually.
And I mean, if you're all right, so if you do play that often, or even more often, it's okay, everyone, I need $1 every month. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's true, and
that's with 3 people. If you get the 5 or 6, which for a bigger campaign, it's 50 cents or something.
And that's also, I don't think probably a lot of people really won't even need that paid tier, but they will probably want to pay for those extra books. And that's one thing I know some people have been a little not crazy about is. If you already own these books, you got to rebuy them. There's no way around that if you want the digital version. I would think it would be smart of them in the future if they maybe included a digital copy with the physical book. If you
I was actually about to say that. I mean, I think that's the way to move forward. I mean, I don't know if they had this in the plans when they first made the book, so I mean, it sucks to rebuy it, but if they include a code so you don't have to rebuy them again, I think that solves the problem more or less.
It would be nice. They are also, when it first launches, there's going to be a bit of a sale. So.
I was about to actually say that. So if you're going early, you probably are going to get all the stuff.
Yeah, so that is nice. The other thing that I really my big concern right now is that they have yet to announce, as far as I can tell, an actual app. Right now, it's just a website which is compatible with mobile devices.
But it's not an app.
It's not its own dedicated app, which I really feel like it needs to be completely successful.
Yeah, you already have 1 or 2 D&D apps.
I have a few on my phone right now, different ones with initiative rollers and stat trackers and spell books, all kinds of stuff. So it would be great to have all that in one place. And some of the stuff they've been adding is really cool. I was looking at it. You can, creating your own monsters, for instance, one of the things you can do is take an existing monster and easily copy it and change its attributes. So, for instance, I know in our campaign, there were a bunch of times where I wanted to put you up against a cool monster, but it was way too tough. Mm-hmm. And this makes it really easy you can automatically put in, just scale down its defense levels or whatever, all its stats, change its its challenge rating, how much experience it gives, which is really cool. I think that homebrew stuff might be the best thing about this.
Well, I definitely think that's very extremely helpful because I think there's two great things about that. One, it means you're not stuck like we're fighting goblins again.
Right.
You know, you can spice it up a bit.
Super goblins.
But two, for the more adventurous people, you can mess around with the stats so someone can't be like, oh, I fought a troll before. I know it has an armor rating of this with this. You can be like, guess what? No.
Yeah. Those are good. Those are always good surprises. I don't know how much I would want to download other people's stuff. Unless there was like a specific, like they made a really cool scenario.
I don't know about campaign stuff as much. But, I mean, I've shared it with you. There's another site where people put up their homebrew stuff, and I've downloaded some of it, and I've shared it with you. And what's nice about it is because people rate it, so there's highly rated ones by people who, who've done this a lot more, so they've done a little more balancing and all this stuff. So, like, they have one for the gunslinger class I got, because I know someone in our group, not the group we put videos for, but who I'm friends with, wants to be a gunslinger. So I got that in preparation, who's actually made it so it works with 5e and stuff. And some of that, like those would be the cool stuff, and I don't know how those two sites would work, but
yeah, I don't know, and I think that this also is going to have some kind of a rating system, which is definitely a good touch. It would be cool if they were easy to make somewhat compatible with other sites. I don't know.
I mean, this one seems pretty big as far as I know compared to sites. Like it has the Critter Compendium is the one I know. What I would hope, fingers crossed, is they actually get the two to talk to each other. So if you bought something there, you can actually drag and drop into there, especially like
that'd be awesome.
That Critter Compendium was the one this is the reason why I shared it with you. We have to share it because someone pretty much made a whole nother bestiary of all these monsters. Fantastic, and for you to have that pretty much double your monster library, would be amazing.
Well, if you can't, at least if this does take off, I'm sure somebody will recreate it.
Right.
But yeah, that will also be interesting to see if people migrate from other services, because there's also Roll20 that did some of this stuff and a few other sites that kind of already existed, so we'll see if this one is compelling enough just because it's official.
Right.
People jump on board. But it comes out August 15th, so you can try it for yourself. It's still in beta right now, so you can still kind of try check out some of those features already. If you enjoyed this video, it was just a snippet of our full-length podcast, which you can find on our YouTube channel every week. So please go ahead, like, and subscribe for more board game-related content coming at you in the future.
And don't forget to check out rollforcrit.com, where we actually sell a lot of the games we talked about, as well as post news and all our other videos. Until then, I'm Will Keeler.
I'm Jonathan Estes, and this is Roll for Crit.